Hello, this is Little Wild Grass. In this video, we'll be learning about the basic of programming, Python, and IDE. So without further introduction, let's get started. First, let's talk about programming, more specifically, computer programming. What is computer programming? Computer programming is the process of creating code for machines to follow. The best and the most effective way to learn computer programming, in my opinion, is to take good notes and do a lot of practice. When taking notes, be sure to be clear, logical, concise, and organized so that you'll have an easier time reviewing them in the future. Remember to practice a lot. Programming is like any other skills. Practice will help you gain experience, reveal gaps in your knowledge, and make you better at programming. In my opinion, if you want to be a good programmer, you should learn to break down problems into smaller problems and try to figure things out for yourself before asking for help. If you're faced with a big programming problem that you're overwhelmed by, take a step back and clear your emotions. After you're calm and relaxed, try to define exactly what is the problem. Then try to break the problem down into smaller and smaller components until the components are manageable enough for you to translate into computer codes. For example, trying to create a Python script that will ask the user to input length in centimeters, then display it back to user in meters. We can break the problem down into smaller components. One component can be ask the user for a length measurement in centimeter. Another component can be converted to meters, and the third component can be displayed the result back to a user. Now I can easily translate each of the smaller components into code and then solve the problem. There might come a time in your programming journey when you face over a problem where you find yourself stuck and do not know how to proceed. When that happens, there's a few things you can try to help yourself. The first thing to try is to approach a problem in a different way. If that doesn't work, try looking through the programming language documentation and see if there's something that can help. If that doesn't work, don't worry, try to look it up online. You might come across similar problem and solution created by others. If you do find solutions, don't copy them, but try to understand it and do it yourself. If that doesn't work, try posting it to an online programming forum or ask a friend. If they provide you with a solution, do not copy them, but try to understand them and do it yourself. I highly recommend that you try to figure things out for yourself so you can become a better programmer. And that's everything I'm going to say about programming. Now, let's talk about Python. What is Python? According to python.org, Python is an interpreted, object-oriented, high-level programming language with dynamic semantic. If you do not understand what that means, it's okay, because by the end of the series, you will understand what that means. You just have to know that Python is a very powerful language. Depends on what you define as a powerful language. What is Python good for? According to python.org, its high-level built-in data structure, combined with dynamic type and dynamic binding, make it very attractive for rapid application development, as well as for use as a scripting or glue language connecting existing components together. Basically, in layman's terms, it's good for fast development and connecting components. Last question, what application domain is Python used in? According to python.org, some of the many application domains that Python is used in include web and internet development, scientific and numeric, education, desktop GUIs, software development, and business applications. That's everything I want to talk about for Python. Now let's talk about IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Integrated, in my perspective, means you can create, run, and compile your codes. Development, in my perspective, means you can create projects by grouping a bunch of files together, and it may have tools such as syntax highlighting, refactoring, autocomplete, and others to help you develop your code. Environment, in my perspective, means it's designed for programming. If something has all three of these elements, I would consider IDE. Now, let's talk about what IDE is used for. IDE is used to help develop codes. In this series, we'll be using the PyCharm IDE. But feel free to use any IDE, text editor, or any other programming method that you like. In my opinion, IDEs are all pretty similar. If you know how to use one, you can easily use another. So don't get too caught up about which IDE you should sort out first. And that's the video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with a friend. If you're feeling generous and want to support me, please consider donating to me on Patreon. The link to it will be in the description of this video. The Wild Grass, signing out.